Well, you do it with your house now. It's time to do it with your finances. We're talking about spring cleaning.
That's right. Darrell Bryant is back with us this morning to explain. Darrell's the president of Bryant Retirement Strategies and host of Retirement Strategies Radio on KFAB right here in Omaha.
Good morning, Darrell. How was your weekend?
Good morning.
Good weekend?
Fantastic. Mother's Day,
Yeah.
as we were just talking about. Yeah, had a great weekend.
Good.
Fantastic.
So called mom, took care of Diana, and called my daughter, who's a mom for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
pretty
You
neat.
had a good weekend. And also, maybe you're doing some spring cleaning coming up too. And you say that people should do this with their finances too. Why is this a good time?
Yeah, you know, anything that gets you, I guess, off the bench and into the game is a good thing. So yeah, anytime that we kind of get organized and organize our finances and see where we are in relationship to goals is it's a good thing. If you want to use spring cleanup as an impetus to get that started, that's probably a good idea, I guess.
I think you do a good job of giving us like specifics. Where should our minds be? Which steps should we be taking? So as we're going in the direction we are today, what are those steps you'd recommend for our viewers?
Okay, so when it comes to, I've been fond of using this acronym FRISK. I like acronyms because then I can remember.
Right.
Right. Those were one of my favorite study tool in school. I needed them.
That's right. So FRISK. So the first thing we want to do is to analyze fees, right? How much are we paying in fees? The next thing, because a lot of people are paying much more. You might be paying 2 or 3% per year just for mutual funds and so forth, or 4% per year to own a variable annuity. So a fee analysis would be a good idea. Next thing in the FRISK would be risk assessment. How much, what's the worst case scenario in the past 20 years? How much has this particular configuration, how much could this go down in 1 year? And could I handle that? And so there are historicals we can look at. Next is I for index funds versus those chunky mutual funds. If you're using mutual funds, you're probably paying very high fees. In addition to the fee you may be paying to that person right across the table from you that you see. So that's two different fee sources, right? S is for suitability. Suitability is what I own suitable for my stage of life. Right? Listen, I'm getting ready to retire. Maybe I should be looking for a little safer harbor. Maybe I should be looking for dividends and interest as opposed to growth, or maybe I'm a younger person, and I should probably have a number of different accounts that accomplish a number of different things, right? So everything should coordinate. And then finally is K, and K is simply for keep the best and forget the rest. So we're going to get rid of the stuff and take action. Once you determine what we're doing, then let's get this thing done. Let's get set up and start moving forward in the right direction.
Yeah, that's where you start cleaning some things up. But do you find that when people address these tasks, are they proactive about it generally, or are people need to be pushed in that direction?
I think people need to be pushed. It's something that's easy to put off because it's not in your driveway. It's not the lawn not getting cut. I mean, nobody can see what's going on behind the scenes, and it's easy for you to ignore, and it's easy to put something off that might be a struggle for you in the beginning. So that acronym, FRISK acronym, might be a little heavy for somebody hearing that, on the television. The easiest thing to do is to work with a professional. Just make a phone call, throw your stuff in a box, and that's exactly where we're going to go through that very acronym, at the office. It's not that hard once you're sitting at the table.
And you've got somebody, a professional, to guide you through it. It's not just you on your own trying to figure it out. But what are the consequences of not getting your financial house in order? What are the downsides here?
Well, that's a good question. Consequences would include, well, you'd probably end up being in the same boat as those 75% of Americans who are not ready to retire at point of retirement. And so if you don't take some positive action, you're probably going to be in the wrong boat, right, in the future. And we know that the folks that use a professional, especially one who is specific for their stage of life, retirement in our case, all retirement, all the time. That's all we do is life after the 401k, right? Well, when we work with a professional in that regard, our probability of success in retirement is through the roof. When we don't, it's really through the floor, and you really set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, and for our viewers out there, we've got something for them. If you're in that kind of the retirement red zone, it's 5 to 7 years out from retirement, or if you're already retired, call Bryant Retirement Strategies right now, because Darrell is offering a free book to the first 25 callers.
It's called 7 Secrets to a Happy Retirement. It's by author Patrick Kelly. You've spoken highly of him in the past.
Yes.
The number to call is 402-932-2141. Darrell, why is this a must-read in your opinion?
Well, this particular book goes into more than just financial stuff. There are things that you might anticipate are going to happen, what your lifestyle is going to look like, and so forth. So we need to really start talking about lifestyle, health issues, inflation, and so forth, as opposed to simply portfolio design and money management. There are a lot of things to think about, and the psychology of retirement as well. So we have publications that either I've written, Patrick, of course, a number of different authors that we really like. Wharton School of Finance would be another one. So we can get you anything that you'd like.
Some really critical information, too. Again, the number to call is 402-932-2141. Call now for your free copy of the book. And while you're on the phone, take a step further. Set up a one-on-one appointment with Darrell. You can learn more about him by visiting his website, dbryantretirementstrategies.com.
And remember, you can listen to Darrell on Saturdays and Sundays at 8 a.m. on KFAB radio. Next Monday, when Darrell's back on the blend, the retirement strategist himself, you're going to be here talking about the new age of retirement and sort of that what our grandparents or parents might have been up to might not always be the best route for us to take.
That sounds pretty interesting. I wonder how that's going to go.
It's a little different, right?
Get ready, you've got a week to prepare, but that's our task for you.
Yeah, we have an article on that too. So
well,
not your
you've written
father's
about all of it.
economy, for example.
That's totally different now. Darrell, thanks a
We'll
lot. Have a good
something
week.
for you. Yep, you bet.
Thank you,
buddy.
Darrell.
Guess